All right, so we've installed jQuery and we've verified that it's loading. So let's start by let's now continue and see if we can go and fetch data from the remote from this remote URL. So let's copy this URL. Right, we're going to say here, we're going to say var URL, and we're going to paste it in here. There we go. And what we want to do now is programmatically go and fetch data from there. And what we can do is we can use jQuery's ajax function. Well, jQuery is very long. That's 6 letters. It's too long. So what jQuery does is that it declares also an alias, the $ as an alias to the jQuery object. And so because it's too far, too many characters to type. So we say $ dot or jQuery dot ajax. Ajax is a function that allows us to go fetch data from anywhere in the network. It stands for asynchronous Java API for XML. Once XML was very popular data format to exchange data across the network. So anyway, it takes as argument a jQuery, a JavaScript object whose one of the attributes or properties of that object is the URL, the actual URL that we want to go and fetch data from. And what we're going to do here is that we're going to set the value of the property URL equal to the value of the variable URL. And once, if that is successful, we want to go and render. If it's successful, we want to render shoes. Right? And that's going to be a function implemented elsewhere here. So here it is, so function render shoes. And this is going to be the response that comes from the server. And for now, we're just going to print it out to the console, the response to see what it renders. So let's see. Let's go back to our page, and we can inspect to see what for our console. Let's see if we refresh. Notice that something came. We printed out. We printed this out. There's the object that comes back, and you'll notice that indeed under here we can see the page function result, which is the actual data that we want. So there, now the browser has the data. It has the source, it has the alt for each one. Now we need to be able to manipulate that data. So let's see how we can retrieve it from here. Let's see. It's an array of one element. The first element. And so let's see. We can say var the shoes. Where are they? They're in the response. The first element. It's an array. I want the first element. And the first element then has an attribute called page function results. So dot page function result is the well, it's this one over here, and in there's an images array. Okay, and so under there we say dot images. I guess we should have called it shoes instead, and then we can just print out the shoes. So really, that's the only part that we really want. So let's see. There we go. There are 41 shoes that come back, and now we need to iterate over them and perhaps render them on the screen. So let's do that next.